Maybe if mobile.
Morning, Clifford, K1BOB.
Well, good morning. I didn't know if anybody heard me or not there, over.
Well, yeah, I got pretty light, but I'll make sure you get on the list there. I guess you're on your mobile out there in the truck. Kind of light, but I know you're there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a lot of noise. I'm at Amazon right now. I got a lot of noise on the radio. I got my hearing aids in, so that means there is a lot of noise. Anyways, all right, I got to run inside here. I should hopefully be out before John starts his net there. K1BOB Bobs.
Okay, well, you're on the list there. K1BOB and good on the hearing aid. K1BOB. Standing by for the Flyers on the hour.
WA6LJF, W5ABI. How copy, John?
Well, you're only 10 to 15 over, Joe. W5ABI, WA6LJS. Good morning.
Thanks. You're a little over S9, so I think it's one-way propagation, but you're perfectly readable here, John. Thank you.
Yeah, that happens a lot, one way. Yeah, you're booming in here. But maybe it'll change. But I'm getting that. Are you hearing that whistling noise, or it sounds like a CW? Somebody let the key down. Are you hearing that on your end?
No, I'm not hearing it. I heard somebody breathe into the mic. I don't know who it was, but I'm not hearing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty pronounced locally, and also when I heard on the SDRs. But everybody's coming over it, so it shouldn't bother us. WA6LJS, standing by for the Flyers net at top of the hour.
W5ABI, standing by for net.
Yeah, John, I'm getting it here too, but I'm able to figure it right out. It's just above us, some kind of light, but this radio is able to just take it right out, so I don't hear it now. K1BOB. Okay, Roger. Yeah, I didn't try making any adjustments. I'll see if I can notch it out too. W5ABI, W4PUO. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Lee. Good signal this morning.
Yeah, you're about 5'9" here, and I just wanted to tell you you're coming in loud and clear in Belleville, Texas.
Oh, good. Thanks for the report. W4PUO, W5ABI, standing by for net.
Good morning, guys. Lee and Joe, got you both bumping up on S9. K1BOB, W4PUO. Good to hear you this morning, Bob, if that was you. Roger, it was me. I think the ice is off the antenna. Yeah, W4PUO, I've got you about a 5 and a 7 this morning, Bob. Good to hear your voice. Haven't been on much lately, but it's good to be back. Roger, Roger. Good to hear you, Lee. About up, yeah, you're at the S8 now, S7, S8. But perfectly copyable, so I'll see you guys on the net. Net begins on the hour, what, 9 minutes?
Yeah, you're about S7 to S8 here, Bob.
W4PUO, WW5ENZ.
Yes, good morning, Mike. WW5ENZ, W4PUO.
Yeah, I mean, you're 20 over here in Oklahoma City. We're getting freezing rain right now, so my antenna's froze up, but I guess it's still working.
Well, it's good now, too. You're 20 over here.
Roger, roger. Standing by for the Air Force Flyers Club, WW5ENZ. K4YDB, WA6LJS.
WA6LJS, K4YDB.
Yeah, I was a little late sending me your question. Did you get it yet? Over?
Yeah, it's already posted up there.
Oh, good. Thanks much. Appreciate it. WA6LJS standing by for the net.
Not a problem. This is K4YDB standing by.
Well, I hear you, Jack. KM4CAX, WA6LJS. KM4CAX 10-5B. Jack, do you need to be a short timer today? No, okay, very good. good morning and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Air Force Flyers Net. This net meets on this frequency 7 days a week, beginning at 1600 Zulu, which is 8 a.m. Pacific time. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missileers, and all support crews, and anyone involved with military aviation from all the air branches of all the services. We also very much like to welcome visitors to the net. It's not necessary that you're involved with the military or aviation in order to check in the Flyers. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between those radio amateurs who devoted a portion of their lives to support our air forces. This is a control net. To contact net control, use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info. We also have a website at airforcesflyersclub.org. A lot of information about the net and also an online application to join for those that feel qualified and would like to officially become a member. My call is Whiskey Alpha 6 Lima Juliet Sierra. My name is John. I'm located in Jamul, California, about 25 miles east of downtown San Diego, up in the foothills at 1,100-foot elevation. Nick? The way we run the net, we take check-ins, and then we go down the list, allowing each station to give their reports, and then go back for a 73 round if time permits. Try and keep your transmissions not much longer than a couple minutes if possible, as there is another net that follows us 2 kilohertz up at 9:30 Pacific time. Break? At this time, I have the following stations that either I've heard or I see them logged into NetLogger. We've got W4PUO Lee, who's a short timer this morning. We've got W5PIX Clifford in the Mobile. We've got N5 Bravo Echo Leon, who's our net logger, and also who has provided the question for me today. We've got the commander, K1BOB Bob. We've got K8AF Russ. We've got M4GYY Frank. Got KF7GJO Carl. W7AJN John. W503 Dale. W6WAY Jim. W5ABI Joe. W2WLD Bill. WW5ENZ Mike. We've got K4YDB Charlie, who's running the net log, the live stream, and he's got the question. Excuse me. We've got the question already up and running there for today. So those that look at K4YDB on YouTube, you'll be able to see the question. We've got KM4CAX Jack. We've got NX6RG Bob. Got WB2JJO Ray. We've got WB5DRI Brian. And at the very bottom, I've got a K6DLC Dan, who's straight out, so he might not be in there. Let me check the live stream. All right, we got K2SJP Bob in there. And we got WV8WVF in there. Are there any other check-ins other than what I've listed? Call now.
John, K0ZNC showed up. I got him at the top.
Oh, okay. K0ZNC. Very good. Good morning, Don. If you're hearing, K0ZNC will be simuled in by our Commander Bob. All right, let's see. Are there any short timers other than the ones I've listed, which is W4PUO? Short timers only. Call now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go to Dale, W5OG. Call out from Texas, Dale. All right, John, be glad to. This is Whiskey 5, Oscar Golf Relay for Net Control. Taking check-ins for the Air Force's Flyers Club that this Tuesday morning. Members are visitors. Call now. All quiet here. John, back to net. All right, let's try the East Coast. W2WLD, Bill, shout out. Poco, this is W2WLD, relay for net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club. We're taking check-ins, members or guests. Please call now. No, nothing heard, John. Okay, thank you, Bill. All right, well, let's start down the list then, and we'll pick up any stragglers down at the bottom there. How about W4PUO? Lee, you're up. WA6LJS.
Yes, good morning, John. W4PUO. I saw the question on Charlie's YouTube site. I don't know if you wanted to say anything about it before we get started, but I'll give you my answer from reading it on the YouTube. I'm going to go with Alpha just because I don't know much about the second part of the question, but heck if it's synchronized, I think I'll get them both right. W4PUO, back to you, John.
Okay, real good, Lee. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been busy writing down the other calls that just checked in. I forgot to read the question. But we got you. You did see it, so that's great. And we got you down for Alpha. Let me read the question. And by the way, the question that comes courtesy of N5BE. Leon, he provided the question for me today. And let me read the question for those that don't have YouTube running. The question is, the Ukrainian Air Force just received its second fourth generation fighter. This aircraft will augment the current air defense shield, and name that aircraft. And the possible answers are Alpha, the Mirage 2000-5, Alpha, the Mirage 2000-5, Bravo, the Mirage F-1C, Bravo, the Mirage F-1C, Charlie, the JAS Griffon, Charlie is the JAS Griffin, and Delta, the Tornado Trent 1. Delta is the Tornado Trent 1. That's the first part of the question. The bonus question is, the French Navy just announced a new maritime patrol aircraft. This platform will replace the long-serving Dassault Brigade at Lancashire 2. Can you name that aircraft, name the aircraft that it's based on? And the possible answers are Alpha, the Airbus A320XLR, Alpha, the Airbus A20XLR, Bravo, the Dassault Falcon 10X, Bravo, the Dassault Falcon 10X, Charlie, the KC-295M, Charlie, the KC-295M, and Delta, the Grumman G800M. Delta, the Grumman G800M. And the answers are Max CCDD. So when you get one, you've got the other. All right, let's
Making progress.
order my list. Let's pick up K0ZNC. Don, who will be signaled in by our commander. Go ahead. K1BOB, and Don, go ahead. Colorado.
Sooner upper, there's a net in progress.
K1BOB back to net.
Okay, thanks, Don, and thanks, Bob. Very nice, clear simul there on this end. We got you down for Delta, Don. Very fine. All right, let's move on. We already got the W4PUO in there, and he got his answer there. And now we'll go to Clifford in the Mobile, which I didn't hear him this morning, but somebody heard him. I think he's in there. W5PIX, Cliff, you're up. WA6LJS. W6LJS, W5PIX. Well, I hope you're hearing me there, John. Well, I'm going to go with Alpha and it's pretty cruise here, but we got icy rain and stuff forecast through north of Dallas there, and I'm sure Chief Mike and them are freezing their butt off. Anyway, let me pass it back to you, John. I need to get out and dollar this car up, so this W5PIX, I'll be around and dollar this car up.
Frequencies in use, sir.
John. Yeah, I lost Clifford also. He started to come in a little weak, and then somebody else came on the frequency. And Clifford, are you still there? Affirmative. I'm here. Go with Alpha on the answer there. Over. Okay, I got you that time, just above the noise. You must be in a bad location this morning. We got you for Alpha. Very good, Cliff. Let me see where I'm at here. Next up is, well, it would be the originator of the question, November 5 Bravo Echo. You're up, Leon.
Yeah, WA6LJS and 5PE. Good morning, everybody. And, yeah, it's time for another lead question. I'm going to tell a quick story here that is obliquely involved with the answer to this question. I was at the Dutch weapons instructor class, NATO version of the weapons school at Nellis, or of Top Gun at Navy, and I was one of the briefers there. And I was sitting in the back of the room with two guys from Top Gun and a missile guy out of Point Mugu, and the General Dynamics test pilot, and we were taking in everything. And Matra was there, and they, of course, they're the French missile supplier, and they were briefing the Matra 2, which is the heaters, and then the Mika, which was their version of the AMRAAM. Now, this is 1988, so, you get into AMRAAM stuff, it's getting a little sporty. And the Top Gun guys and the missile guys are taking serious notes and asking a lot of questions. And so I leaned over and I said, is this thing any good? And he said, oh yeah, this thing's scary good. So at lunch, we were all broken up and we had assigned seating that switched around. So I got to sit with the Matra guys, and they knew I spoke a little bit of French, so they go, Léo, les hommes avec toi, qu'est-ce que c'est les hommes? The guys with you, who are those guys? I said, oh, les hommes avec moi? Well, c'est les Top Gun. They said, no, c'est Top Gun. I think it was right out of a bad French movie. But anyway, that's my story about the Matra missile and Top Gun and things in Europe. So that's a true story. WA6LJSN5BE.
Okay, good. Thanks for that story. These stories are always interesting there for sure. Break with N5BE and You're going to pass, I sure on the question because you made the question. We'll call you, and you might have some more information about that at the end of the net when we give the answers. All right, let's move on to the commander. K1BOB, you're up, Bob.
Okay, thank you, John. Very good signal here, hearing everybody. Just Clifford kind of went out on me. But he's mobile. It's tough to do. So, let's see. Well, I was looking for F-16 for that first question. No F-16. They probably have a lot more than one or two there. I think the contract was for quite a few, I think, close to 50. Griffin, I think, was a choice of the Ukrainians. Sweden initially said they weren't going to give them any Griffins, but I think they've turned around on that. That was going to kind of be my turn to be my first choice. But you know what? The maritime aircraft, I know they're working on an Airbus, but I think they went with something smaller. So that changed me to, what is it? Hold on, I think they're going with the F-1C Mirage. I think that's what they went for. I think that's fourth generation. I know the F-16C is the Griffin, but yeah, put me down for B Mirage. So that would make the second one the Dassault Falcon. I'm not sure about that one, but I'll put me down for BB. What's it good is to do behind Lee when you can't get the question out of him, but he talks a good story there, so I enjoyed that. I've been to TLC there for a few weeks as an air crew. We had a lot of fun there, especially at night. K1BOB, back to you, John.
Okay, Bob, real good. You're booming in here, but then right in the middle there was a little few to see. You went from 10 over down to 9, and then came right back up again. Well, we got you down for Bravo, BB, very fine. All right, let's go to Russ, K8 Able Fox. K8AF, you're up, Russ, WA6LJF.
Okay, WA6LJF, K8AF, good morning, John, and thanks for running things. Good question today, and I have no idea, but I'm going to guess Alpha because I think Mirage 2000 is the only fourth-generation fighter on there, maybe. Not sure about the Griffin, but so I'll go with Alpha. It's starting to warm up here a little bit. It's 32 degrees, and kind of a cloudy day, but we're going to get a little bit of rain, and I think that's going to melt most of the snow for the rest of the week. But I'll be here till the end. Thank you again for running the net. WA6LJF, K8AF.
Okay, real good, Russ. We got you down for Alpha there, very fine. And booming signal, you're 10 over 9 years. So far, very good conditions. The only one I had a little drift call with was Clifford, but maybe on the 73 round he'll be in a different location there. All right, moving on, let's go to N4GYY. Frank, you're up with WA6LJF.
WA6LJF, N4GYY. Good morning to all the flyers on the net this morning. It is a balmy 21 degrees and dropping here in Louisville this morning. We've had about a half-inch of snow so far this morning, and by this time tomorrow, they're talking anywhere 2, 4, maybe even 6 inches for us, and the bottom falling out of the temperature. All of this on top of all the flooding that we've had. Yeah, it's been kind of nasty week here with everything that's going on, flooding, and I know that I think there's been like 11 deaths in the state of Kentucky, and most of those are believed in the eastern part of the state, but the western got it as well. And the rivers aren't at flood stage yet because they're still rising, because everything's still leaking off to the waterways, and then we get snow on top of that, it's going to leak it off even more. So, you know, it's just been a rough winter. The weatherman the other day said that we were only like 4 inches of snow away from being in the top 10 snowiest winters that we've had on record. So that ought to give you an idea how bad it's been here. with all that great news, I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha with the answer to the question. I'm hearing most people locally. I haven't had to lean on the SDR yet, but conditions are wavering. They're up and down. So we will be here to the bottom. So I'll turn it back to you, John, so far good man. WA6LJ is in the group. N4 GYY.
Okay, real good, Frank. N4 GYY, WA6LJS. Well, you're bouncing between a 5 and 10 over, little QSC, but then there's a strange noise that got a little stronger. I think everybody's hearing it. There's something that's a little, just a tad higher than this frequency that sounds like a CW carrier. Anyway, very good. We got you down for Alpha Alpha, Frank. All right, Frank, with you. Oh, and by the way, the temperature here is 50 degrees, so we're having pretty good weather out here, and I've got pretty clear blue skies today with plenty of sun out here. All right, let's go to Carl, KF7GJO. You're up, Carl. I don't know if I'll hear you or not. WA6LJS.
Okay, John. Well, it might be sketchy because you're only 10 over this morning. Yeah, this is amazing, John, how long this short skip has lasted between us. You know, in the past, it come and go for a couple, 3 days at a time, and knock on wood, that it won't fizzle out immediately. But it's been going on for what, a couple of months now that you and I have historically been anywhere from 9 to 25 over every day. Yeah, that's nice to have those air conditions back again. Well, leave it to the Art and Leon to come up with these foreign questions that have everybody perplexed, and analyzing that, there are some interesting choices there. But if memory serves me correctly, the Falcon 10 was a rather small business jet around the same size as the Saberliner. So I really don't know, but I'm going to eliminate Bravo because of that. The French Navy, I can't picture them selecting anything other than a European plane of some design, which CASA don't know about that. Don't know about the JAS Griffin. So by process of elimination, I'm going with answer A Alpha, the Mirage and the Airbus A320 as Navy Maritime Patrol. So those are my guesses. I got to stick with you to the end, buddy, just to see how badly I did. So got to get that going, John. Back to you. WA6LJS, KF7GJO.
Hey, Carl. It is amazing, the signal strength. You start out 15 over, and when you turn it to me, you hit 20 over. It's like the old days where you and I have very solid pass. And it is strange that it's lasting this long, for sure, this short skip. Anyway, good to hear you, Carl, and we got you down for Alpha Alpha. Very interesting logic you're doing there. All right, and by the way, next up is W7AJN, John, who's going to hand carry our donation to the Soldier's Best Friend. And let me know, John, if you get the email where I sent you the invitation with the QR code so that you can officially register. And if that doesn't work, there's a phone number on there also. And I also sent you the donation check yesterday. It'll probably take a couple days to get down to you, but we'll see what happens. Over to you. W7AJN, you're up, John. WA6LJS. W7AJN, are you there?
W7AJN, you're up, John. W5OG relay.
W7AJN relay, thanks a lot, W7AJN. Here, I cannot hear the next controller at all. I cannot hear John. So I'm looking at the net logger and saw that my line went red. So here I am. John, I cannot hear you at all. Sorry about that. Not very good conditions for me today. We got 56 degrees today, going up to 74. Susan continues to heal slowly, but she's getting her strength back. So looking good on that score. On your question, I'm going to go with Alpha. Alpha is my answers on the question, John. So W8. Let's see here. W6LJS, W7AJN, and I will be one and done. So 7-3 to all the flyers out there. W7AJN.
Okay, John. Yeah, W7AJN, WA6LJN. So I'm only hearing you on the SDR, so we're slipping right over each other, I guess. And but I did get your answer, and also we did say that you're saying 73, so 73, and I'll probably give you a landline or something to make sure you got the information that I sent there. So, okay, a break with W7AJN, and let's go to Dale, W5OG. You're moving in today, Dale, over.
Yeah, you too there, John. Good morning again to all the flyers. W5OG Dale here in East Texas, balmy in the 40s, so that's going to be nice because it's going to be colder weather from the rest of the week, I guess, for us. But then warming up for next week. So this is, I think, the last gasp of winter's grip, and then perhaps we'll be back to some more milder temperatures and cruise right on into March. So that'll be good. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, Alpha. I'm going to go along with the lemmings there. I think there is a lemming line forming. I knew it was one of the barrages. I did read about that, and had heard that they were getting some French jets. And they've been training there in France for some months. So I didn't know which one it was, to be honest, but I'm convinced it's this Mirage 2000-5. And the Airbus sounds like an appropriate platform there to replace their that naval reconnaissance aircraft or whatever it is. Anyway, good question from Lee, as always, and he's keeping us up to date on what's going on in the world, perhaps, a bit. I'll be here at the bottom this morning. You got a big, long list, so I'll put it back there, John, and you're coming in good here, so conditions are not bad. I do hear that little annoying carrier that's sort of, it sounds almost like distance fading in and out CW. I don't know. It's coming in better on the SDR than it is on the local receiver, so it must be something better received on the West Coast. I don't know. Anyway, back to you there, John. WA6LJS at W5OG.
Okay, real good, Dale. W5OG, WA6LJS. Yeah, you're moving in 10 to 15 over here, no problem. I was able to knock out that weird CW signal, whatever it is. But it is coming in strong on a couple of the SDRs, and I haven't figured out how to knock out stuff on an SDR yet. I'm lucky just to get the piece working. All right, quick break, and so got your answer down there. Yeah, it's a pretty strong lemming line starting right now. All right, let's go to my neighbor up north in Corona, W6WAY, and I'll listen on the SDR to hear you, Jim. W6WAY, you're up, Jim.
Okay, thank you, Josh. WA6LJS.
this is W6WAL. And let's see, we are 50 degrees at the present time. It's going to warm up to 70. The sun is shining brightly. And anyway, let's see, I guess I'll go for Alpha since everybody seems to think that's the right answer. Anyway, join the living line. Back over to John, W6, WA6, LJS, and Bruce. This is W6WAY. Okay, Jim, real good. W6WAY, WA6LJS. We got you joining the lemming line with Alpha Alpha. And you're coming in very nicely on the SCR2, and I'm hearing you just above the noise on my local receiver here. So you're a little better than usual on the local receiver. Sometimes I don't hear anything, and I'm starting to hear a little bit. So there is definitely a shorter skip today. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Joe, W5ABI. You were real solid this morning, Joe. You're up.
WA6LJS and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, John. Good morning to the rest of the Flyers. Thanks for running the net. Kind of a little hazy, overcast day, but it's 54 now, supposed to go up to 68. So I can't complain. It's supposed to get wind in the afternoon. We've had that for the last week, so the hex beam's doing pretty well under 50-mile-an-hour gust, so I'm not too concerned. Anyhow, I'm going to go also with the lemons. I'm going to go with Alpha. We'll be here at the bottom. WA6LJS, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe, real good. W5ABI, WA6LJS, and I just realized I didn't have my amp on. I just clicked it on, so I'm probably a little bit better in some locations. And we got you down for the lemming Alpha Alpha. Very fine, and you good 10 to 15 over, Joe. Very nice signal. All right, let's go out to the East Coast. W2WLD, Bill, you're up.
Well, you're S9, John. A lot better. Good morning to you. Good morning, all. Propagation is fine today. I've got the tree removal guy is here doing his thing, get my tree off my neighbor's fence. So I'm going to make this a one and done, I think. When I looked at the questions, and thank you, Lee, the first one I didn't know, but I assumed it would be a mirage. When I looked at the second question, I was fairly sure that was an Airbus. So putting that together, I end up with the lemmings, John, Alpha Alpha. Thank you, John. Enjoyed it. Everyone have a great day. 7-3. WA6LJS, W2WLD.
Okay, Bill, real good. W2WLD. Yeah, you're a solid S9 this morning. Very nice signal here. And yeah, we got your answer also with the lemmings. So very good. Have a good day there. And maybe we'll catch you on the 40-meter net tonight. I have to remind everybody, I forgot to mention, today's the day we do the 40-meter net this evening, and that's on 7210 is where it starts, and then we do we watch the net logger and also look for information when the frequency changes, because we've had a lot of trouble with that 7210 and the net controller, and I forgot to check who's the net controller today, but Bob, when he gets to 73, he'll probably remind us that. And then that net starts at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we start out on 7210, and then when sometimes 7210 works. It just depends on the QR, Mary. All right, Frank. Let's go to the next one on the list, which would be Mike, WW5ENZ. And you were bowling in this morning, Mike. Go ahead.
Roger that. W6LJS, WW5ENZ. Good morning, everybody on the net. And it's in Oklahoma City, we're 20 degrees now with freezing rain. So I was going to trade N4GYY, for two of his rain forecast for one of these freezing rains. Because I was supposed to get a refrigerator delivered this morning, and And I got a text from him that said that he could not make it. And I looked at the news is showing up I-40 semis are sideways on it. So if you're trying to get to Oklahoma City today, I would probably change your plan for right now because it's not doing so good. Anyway, as far as the question goes, I want to go double A here. That's going to be my guess, and we'll turn it back to you, John. WA6LJS, WW5ENT.
Okay, Mike. Good 15 over here locally and also hitting the SCRs. That's the double A. A lot of double A's this morning. All right, break with Mike, and let's see where we're at. We got Charlie, K1BOB who's doing the live stream. You're up, Charlie.
WA6LJS, K4YDB. Well, good morning, John. Morning to all the visitors out there and all the flyers we have. Hope everybody's having a great morning and staying warm. Right now it's currently 45 degrees here. Woke up this morning, it was 25, and I think we're supposed to be that way like all week. But it's getting up into the mid 50s today is what they're saying. It's not overcast, there's no wind, so we may make it because it's turning out to be a pretty nice day outside. Conditions were not the best. That noise that you guys are hearing, I've got it filtered out, playing around with it. But it's been going on for quite some time. But that's all I got over here. I'll go ahead and turn it back to Net. But put me down for Alpha. I'll go Alpha on the first and Alpha on the second. WA6LJSK4YDB. I'm back to Net.
Okay, Charlie, real fine. K4YDB, WA6LJS. Good solid S9 locally and also hitting the SCRs. And we got another Alpha. All right, and thanks again for what you do for the live stream and posting the questions. That's extremely helpful especially to net controllers, Charlie, and helpful to everybody that they don't have to write the question. They can just look at your stream there. All right, break with Charlie, and let's go to Jack. The K1BOB. You're up, Jack. WA6LJS. Okay, Jack, real good. K1BOB WA6LJS. So you're about between a 6 and a 7 locally, and then I'm hearing you a little bit on the SCRs also. But I think you said Alpha, and we got that down. All right, very good, Jack. And let's move on here. NX6RG, Bob, up there in Northern California. And I'm pretty sure I'll hear you good today because the short tip, based on what I heard with Sparky there, is probably good. You're up, Bob. NX6RG, take it.
Okay, John, WA6LJS. This is NX6RG. Well, good morning, John. You're actually only about an F5, but I'm sure glad you turned your amp on. I was really struggling to hear you before that, but your amp made a big difference. So I'm talking to you about an F5 locally here now, John. And copying Dale, his normal F9 Plus, and Chief Mike booming in here, great signal. Not here in Thunder East quite as well. So, I don't know, the band's okay, but not great for me here. Anyway, very interesting question, and I
I'm not sure about the first one, but so I jumped to the second question, and I said, I bet France did the same thing that America did. So, our P-8 maritime patrol aircraft is based on the Boeing 737 as a starting point. So I'm guessing that France did the same thing with the Airbus, the 320 series aircraft. So that would be answer Alpha, and if they're paired, then the Mirage 2000 seems a reasonable choice there. So anyway, I'm going to go with Alpha, like the rest, and we'll see how that works out, John. I'm going to be one and done. I've got to go take our dogs for a walk here, so but I'll try to listen out for the answer first. WA6LJS, NX6RG.
Okay, Bob, NX6RG, WA6LJS. Yeah, you're coming in about an S7 here. Interesting. I thought you'd be blasting me out like Carl was, because the distances are similar, but although you're off the side of the hex beam, so that's probably why. And but very 2.5 copy, but locally, but not the strength that I was expecting there. And we got you down for Alpha. Very fine. And 73s. Have a good one, Bob, and we'll get you the next go round or the next day. Let's see, where am I at? WP2 JJO. Let's go out east again. Ray, you're up. WA6LJS.
WA6LJS from WB2JJL. Well, good morning to you, John, and all the flyers on the net. I sure hope the Blazers, you can hear me. I'll tell you what, I'm having one heck of a time with that noise on the frequency here. But anyway, I'll make this question short. We have 33 degrees here and sunny. 33 degrees here and sunny. And it's cold out there, that's for sure. My answer is going to be Alpha. I say again, Alpha is what I'm using for the answer today. I don't really know the answer, but the lemmings look pretty good, so I'm going to stick with the guys. So back over you there, John. WA6LJS from WBC-JJL.
Okay, Ray, WBC-JJL. WA6LJS. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with your signal locally also due to that strong CW carrier that's on there. But we did copy you, and we got you down as an Alpha. Very fine, Ray. All right, break with JJO. Let's go to, now I know a strong signal will be Brian. WB5DRI. Brian, you're up.
Yeah, good morning, John. WA6LJS and the net. This is WB5DRI. Yeah, John, you're over the 9 mark this morning. Good signals. Good morning to all on the net. I'm hearing just about everybody on the radio this morning. I think this is one of the best days propagation-wise for me in some time. But very good to hear everybody this morning. And I got out and walked this morning about 2.5 miles, and it was about 56 when I did that. It's up in the low 60s, about 62 right now. We're supposed to get up into close to the mid-60s, I think, here today. But the temperatures are going to plummet later today, and we're going to have 4 days in a row of freezing temperatures at night. So hard freeze for San Antonio for the next 4 nights. So anyway, I'm all ready for that. So I don't really, it's not going to really affect me that much. I got all the plants covered and everything, so I'm good to go. But anyway, great question this morning, John, from Leon there. I had heard that it was a Mirage type aircraft that they'd gotten, that Ukraine just received, and I think the 2000, I guess, is the latest and greatest one that they gave them. And I heard that they also got some more F-16s. I know they've gotten F-16s from several different countries. And anyway, the other thing is, I didn't know about the French Navy though with the other aircraft that they're replacing there. But the A320 is certainly a very fine airplane, and I think that XLR must stand for extra long range or something. So that kind of makes sense if they would go with that over some of the other aircraft that Lee mentioned there. So I'm going to go Alpha, and I think that's pretty well confirmed by the whole group here. So anyway, good to be here this morning. I'll stick around to the bottom, John. Thanks for getting us all in there. Hopefully I haven't talked too long. WA6LJS, WB5DRI, Net. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, Brian, very good. WB5DRI, WA6LJS. Yeah, you're right now you're 20 over. You're actually stronger than your brother, which is unusual because Dale is usually booming in here. He was very solid this morning, but you're a couple units stronger than him, which is very interesting based on the two different types of antennas there. All right, but we got another Alpha. All right, let me see where I'm at. Let's go out to Florida, K2SJP. Bob, you're up, WA6LJS.
WA6LJS. This is K2SJP, and we are remote. Good morning to you, John. Good morning to all the flyers. We've got 82 degrees over here right now. It is pretty warm, not humid, nice and sunny out there, but the temperatures will plummet either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll be looking for that. We are not on the amplifiers. We can't over the amplifier. I was going to go over to the other house, but unable to do that today. We'll do that tomorrow. And I don't know, Brian, you running 5 kilowatts or something? You're almost 40 over 9. It's absolute strongest signal of any of the flyers, Brian. WB5DRI. And not even using a beam. It's amazing. Really amazing, Brian. You are so solid. Let's see. On the question of the day, I will also be a lemming, go with Alpha, because I believe that to be the correct answer. The Mirage 2005 and the Airbus A320 XLR. So Alpha is also my answer. And it looks like everybody in Alpha for the answers. I believe that's the case. Other than that, we'll turn it back to you. Thank you for running the net, Brian. And we'll be here till the end. WA6LJS. This is K2SJP.
Did he turn it? I'm not hearing him at all.
He turned it, John.
John, I couldn't hear an answer.
Alpha.
Okay, yeah, he put Alpha. Yeah, I've been checking SCRs and still the same problem that I hear locally. I could tell somebody's in there, in and out, but I couldn't make out anything he's saying. So we've got very poor propagation to Florida today for sure. But anyway, somebody heard you, Bob, and we got you down for Alpha. All right, let's go to Fred. Whiskey Victor Foxtrot, WVF. Fred, you're up. WVF. Go ahead. Anybody hear you, Fred?
I got 3 SCRs and direct, and I got nothing, John.
Yeah, I get nothing on 2 and direct, so he's not in there. But that doggone carrier or CW signal is
is really making it difficult on weak signals. That was totally covering up SJP.
All right, let me see where we're at. I think we're down. Let me check the standby break.
Oh, we got some other one. WL5N, you're up. Whiskey Lima 5 November, you're up, Gary, W5OG relay.
He put a note on the aim window saying he's covered up with that CW noise.
Okay, let's try James. Yeah, I wasn't hearing Gary at all. Let's try James.
Standby.
Gotta turn that other thing off. It's so loud on the SCR.
KF5 PTE.
James, you're up.
All right, this is Kilo Golf 5 Papa Tango Echo, number 19. Yeah, the other two stations didn't come back in there, and yeah, there's something out there covering you up, John. And John, K2SJP was about an S7 signal on me. I was hearing Bob Sherman in Florida about an S7. He was coming in here, and I could tell everything he was saying was fine. But I just got back in late here from a doctor's visit, so I got in here late. So put me down for Alpha. And also, I did drop my head speed down about 3 feet. We're expecting high winds with this norther, and since it's going to be getting close to springtime, I'm just going to go ahead and leave my head speed lowered. I may not be as efficient as I have been in the past, but I don't want to wreck a head speed due to high winds and thunderstorms. So during the spring season, I'm just going to leave it where it's at, so it's lower to the ground. If I sound better, great. If I don't sound any better, well, I'm not going to risk ruining a head speed antenna due to weather. So this morning I dropped it down about 3 feet. So it's 3 feet lower than what it has been. You might give me a signal report and let me know how it's performing. But with that, I'll turn it back to Net. WA6LJS, KT5PT, on the A2 and on the head speed being 3 feet lower.
Okay, James. Well, you're doing good. Those head speeds work fine, lower elevation. You started out S8, and then when you turned it to me, you were a good S9. So copying you very good. But that doggone interfering CW signal is very strong here also.
All right, we got your answer there, and I think that's the bottom of my list. And good morning to the receive onlys.
We've got KS5KY Chris receive only. We've got Norm N9KJN receive only, and we got KJ5IAI Mike receive only. So good morning to you guys. And that is the bottom of my list. Did I miss anybody on the original check-ins? Was anybody missed called out? No, nothing heard. Okay, so let's give the answer to the question. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Lee and let him give the answer. I'll read the question again for those that don't have the live stream running. The question was, the Ukrainian Air Force has received its second fourth generation fighter. This aircraft will augment its current air defense shield. And the question was, name that aircraft. The answers were A, the Mirage 2005, B, the Mirage F-1C, C, the JAS Griffin, and D, the Tornado Trancy, or whatever it is, 1. And the bonus question was the French Navy just announced a new maritime patrol aircraft. This platform will replace the long-serving Dassault Braguet Atlantique, I guess it is, too. And can you name that aircraft? And the possible answers were A, Airbus A320XLR, B, the Dassault Falcon 10X, C,
C295M, and G the Grumman G800M. So there was a strong lemming line, and I'll let Lee, N5BE, give the correct answer. Go ahead, Lee, you're up.
Yeah, WA6LJSN5BE. Thank you, John, and I had some fun with this one. And let's go with the bonus question first. And Carl had me, I was scratching my head, Carl, when you were saying that's a really small airplane, you know, like the Saberliner, and I'm going, what? Oh, he means the Falcon Jet 10. Oh, yeah, that's a little itty-bitty thing. Yeah, it's like a Lear 23. But the Falcon 10X is a big airplane. It's a 3-engine, it's like a shrunken 727. And that airplane actually was in contention for the replacement aircraft for the Atlantic 2. But they went with the Airbus. They needed not only range but persistence. That airplane gives it to them in spades. It remains to be seen if the program keeps going. You know, I watched the antics in Munich this weekend, and all the huffing and puffing. Then they had to have their own meeting in Paris, you know, to recover from their angst. And they said they're going to spend more money. I don't believe it. Well, you know, I'll believe it when they actually put rubber on the ramp. But the airplane that they selected, that they down selected, was the A320 XLR. So that sets you up for the first one, right? So this is interesting. And I think it was somebody said, it could have been Brian, that they've been training, or maybe it was Dale, that they were training pilots in France, and they are going to hand over some 2000-5s. This is a scary airplane, by the way, and from a capability standpoint. It can hold its own with an F-16 on a 1V1 DCM. It's got some very, very sporty air-to-ground capability that, frankly, the Eurofighter didn't have for the longest time. So they're getting some Dash 5s. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with it. The F-1 is showing up over here in the States as an adversary aircraft with some of the commercial adversary companies. And early on, that was a competitor, the French competitor to the F-16AB. Didn't do very well against the F-16AB. And, there's one anecdotal story. The French get invited out to red flag quite a bit. And I used to see them, you know, come into Carswell with a KC-135 tanker and a bunch of Mirages. But after talking to some of our guys at red flag, they said the French don't like to debrief. They just want to go fly and don't get talked nasty to about being shot down or missing their target or anything. They don't want to hear about that. So many times they don't even show up for the debrief. So I guess true to form there. All right, well, that's it. That's the story behind the story, John. And thank you again. I'll say 73, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. WA6LJSN5BE.
Okay, Lee, real good. Thanks for that information, and also thanks very much for providing the question for today. For those that didn't hear Leon, the answers were Alpha Alpha. Alpha Alpha, the Mirage 2000-5, and the second part, Alpha, the Airbus A320 XLR. Very good. All right, let's go down. We have time for a 73 round, and let's see, Bob, if John 30ZNC is still there, bring him in for a 73.
Don just checked out with me on Echo link, John. He wouldn't be over, so he's with.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, W4PUO was a short timer, so he's out. Let's try Clifford. Maybe he's in a better location where I can hear him this morning. W5PIX Mobile, you're up, Cliff. All right, John, thank you much for predictions are not that good. Anyway, go say 7-3. It's over on Echo. That's W5PIX Mobile.
He's talking. You can hear him on Utah.
Yeah, I don't hear him on Utah, too.
I think he just got off, John. K1BOB.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Yeah, that's, he was just, all I'm hearing is that interfering signal. All right, break with him, 73 Clifford, if you're copying me, we'll get you on the Echo link after the net. And Lee gave us 73, and thanks again for the question, Lee, and thanks for your excellent net logging abilities there. Over to you, Bob. K1BOB, you're up.
K1BOB, nice head, John, and thank you for the question, Lee, there. I need just enough information to get it wrong as I've been hanging my head in shame here. I think I'm over it, though. I already punished Terry Paul for giving me the wrong answer this morning. I should have used the wheat before. Anyway, good to hear everybody this morning, and tonight on the 40-meter net, James, KG5 PTE in Belton, Texas, will be debuting running the net this evening on 40 meters. K1BOB, back to WA6LJS.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Well, don't feel bad. I wouldn't have known that question either. I would have probably just followed the lemmings, and you were pretty high on the list, so you didn't have a good bunch of lemmings to follow. Anyway, very good. And as Bob said, for those that aren't copying, KG5PTE, James will be the 40-meter net controller tonight. And again, the 40-meter net is on 7210 is where we start, but we'll usually have a problem, and the net controller will decide another frequency and let us know on the net logger and also over the air. But we start out on 7210, and the times are 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's only on Tuesday evening that we do the 40-meter net. All right, let's move on the list. Let's see, K8AF, Russ, 73 round.
WA6LJF, K8AF. Good question, very interesting question, and I think I guessed right because of the fourth generation fighter. So anyway, I hope everyone has a good day. I'm not going to be able to make the 40-meter net probably until school's out because I'm in the simulator teaching until 7 o'clock Pacific time on that night. So I hope everyone has a good day, and hopefully we'll check in tomorrow. WA6LJF, K8AF, 73.
Okay, Russ, real good. K8AF. Boy, you're booming in here. You're fixing over here. Just a beautiful signal. And very nice, crisp audio also. All right, 73 to you, and break with K8AF. Let's go to Frank. November 4, Golf Yankee, 73 round, Frank.
WA6LJS and the group in for GYY. Yeah, good net this morning, John, and I didn't follow the ring line because I was so close to the top. I still had chances to go over the distance, but that was the thing that I popped up when I first looked at it anyway. So I'm a good guesser every once in a while. Once again, I will say 73 to everybody. And until next time, WA6LJS and the group in for GYY, 73 on.
Okay, Frank, M4GYY 73, and you're booming in here at solid S9 also, and I'm still having that CW carrier in the background there, but you're well over it. All right, let's see if Sparky is still booming in here. KF7GJO, you're up, Carl.
Yeah, I'm still here.
And you're still there. It's 15 over 9, John.
Hey, good question. I enjoyed that. And, Lee, thanks for the explanation. As soon as you said that the Falcon 10X was an unsanforized trijet, not my head, but yep, I remember it now. Hey, everybody have a great day. We'll do this again tomorrow. W6LJO 73.
Okay, Carl, yeah, you're still booming in, 15 over 9. Very good, good today. 73 to you, and let's see, W7HJN sign, W50G, Dale, 73 well.
All right, John, mighty fine. Well, good net. Good question. Thank you, Lee, for the good, interesting question. Got a little bit of current events there. And 7-3, everybody. We'll see you over on Echolink, perhaps for a few minutes, and then look forward to James on the 40-meter net this evening. I'll try and be there. No promises, but I'll try. Thanks, John. Good net and fairly good conditions. A6LJS, back to net, W50G.
All right, Dale, booming in still. Very good. W50G, WA6LJS 73. And I'll be over to Echolink. And I have some interesting comments over there. I didn't want to say them here because I'm afraid that Charlie would have to hit the blue button there. Anyway, 73, and let's go to W6WAY. You're up, Jim.
Okay, thank you, John. Thanks for running the net. And let's see. This is W6WAY. Please, everyone.
Okay, Jim, 73. You're covered up by that strange signal locally, so I didn't hear you there, but I did hear you nicely on the SDR. 73, and you have a good one up there. W5ABI, Joe, 73 round.
Yeah, WA6LJS, W5ABI. Good net, got it right. Okay, 73 to all the flyers, 73 to you. Thanks again for running WA6LJS, W5ABI.
Okay, 73, Joe. And maybe we'll catch you on the 40-meter net tonight. Where am I at? ABI, W2WLD signed. And let's go to Mike, WW5ENT.
All right, John, W6LJS, WW5ENZ, yeah, great net, and good question, and I guess I got to start making one up for Friday, or at least get on Lee's queue for a question. Anyway, I'll try and make it tonight. We'll see how it goes. WW5ENZ, here in the freezing rain of Oklahoma City. 73, everybody.
Okay, 73, Mike. You came down a little bit, but you're still about 5 or 6 dB over S9. So this band is thinking very good. Where am I at here? Let's go to Charlie, our live streamer. K1BOB 73, Charlie.
W6LJS, K4YDB. Good net today. I want to remind you, well, I haven't told you yet, but anyway, tomorrow morning I have an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning. I had to take a 9 o'clock in the morning because I have another appointment in the afternoon, and that was the only time the therapist could get me in was 9 o'clock in the morning. It normally takes about an hour. I think it's either 9 or 9:30. I got to be there. I have to double check. And I should be out of there in time as long as I get the question today. But I noticed that Bill's already gone for the day. He's normally really good about getting the question into me. Anyway, 73s, everybody. Everybody have a great day. We will look for you tomorrow. K4YDB, back to net.
Okay, real good, Charlie. 73 to you, and we'll catch you tomorrow. And let's see in my list here. Looks like Jack, Cam4 CAX signed clear, NX6RG Bob signed. So it goes to Ray, WB2JJO. You're up, Ray, 73 round.
WA6LJS from WBTJJO. Well, I'll tell you what there, John, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but boy, that noise is really irritating, especially on the SDR. Anyway, we had a pretty good net tonight, this afternoon, and it worked out really well. And I even got the right answer because I copied high. So with that there, I'll catch you on Echo Link. WA6LJS, WBTJJO, 7-3, one and all.
Okay, Ray, very good. We'll take you over in Echo Link. Yeah, I don't hear anything locally from you, but you are coming in on one of the SDRs. Not real strong, but enough for 100% copy. 73, we'll catch you over on the Echo. Let me see where I'm at. Brian, WB5DRI, 73, Brian.
Okay, John, WA6LJS, WB5DRI. Well, great net, John. Thanks again for getting us all in there. And I wanted to let you know, John, my subscription for my dues hadn't happened, so I just went in and renewed my subscription on the website. So you should be getting my dues, or you already have my dues there. So Jennifer has them. I just wanted to let you know, and I'm not sure how that works. I guess it only happens for a couple of 3 years or something before you have to renew the subscription or something. Anyway, 73s, everybody, and thanks again, John. I should be on that tonight. We'll look for everybody then. WB5DRI, back to net. Good day, everybody.
Yeah, Brian, WB5DRI, WA6LJS. I'll have to check my records. I don't know what your status is on the dues, but usually it's every year. The Air Force Flyers dues are $12 a year, but a lot of people pay ahead of time. So I'm not sure. I'll have to check the rosters to see what your status is. But if you think you're paid, then I gotta find out what happened if it doesn't show up there. But anyway, we'll straighten it out. No problem. Okay. Let's see where we're at. P2SQT. I didn't hear him, and I think W5OG is out. Let me see if he's in there now. K2SQT, Bob, can you copy?
Roger.
Who's talking?
It's to you, John. You're a 5 and 9 plus 10 dB. Must be a one-way propagation. And Brian is just strong as ever. He's got that Maxis Q5RV and 240 over mine. Unfortunately, we're hearing the CW signal in there. Really strong. We're just glad to get rid of that. We'll see you guys on Echo Link. 73s for everybody else that don't make it over to Echo Link. WA6LJS.
He'll be over on Echo Link, John. He turned it back. W5OG.
Okay, Dale, real good. Yeah, I'm not hearing a thing with him, so all I hear is that CWK. All right, that's the bottom of the list. Did I miss anybody? Do I call now?
KG5PT.
Oh, James, I did. I see you on the list here. Go ahead, KG5PT, 73 rounds.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to running the net today. I got another one I got to do at 3 o'clock on UHF today, and I did send Charlie the email for the question of the day. It's a simple one, so we'll see how it goes. And looking forward to running it. And if somebody will handle the net logger, I'll handle the net, and I'll appreciate it. 7-3s, and I'll catch y'all on Echo Link. KG5PT.
Okay, James, real good. Yeah, you're still coming in pretty good. Yeah, we'll look for you on as a controller on the 40-meter net. Thanks for picking up for Jennifer there. And yeah, I'll be there, so I can bring up the net logger to start, and maybe Mike will be there. He does it also. And usually Lee isn't on net logger. He isn't on the 40 meters. If he is, I'm sure he would too. But there'll be somebody to run your net logger for your net there, James. All right, 73 to you, and I think
Net's the bottom of my list, 73 to the receive-only people. Did I miss anybody, or are there any late comments before we shut down the net call now? Nothing heard. This has been the Air Force Flyers Tuesday morning 20-meter net. Thanks for all the help and everybody checking in. I'll remind everybody again, today is Tuesday, the only day we do a 40-meter net. James will be our net controller, and we start out on 7210. And then if that's QR married, we will find another frequency, and it'll be posted on NetLogger and also be transmitted over the air. That's 7210 to start at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. This has been the Air Force Flyers 20-meter net, WA6LJS net control now. Closing the net, returning the frequency to normal amateur use, and QS flying over to Echo Lake. 7-3, guys.